We've all been there. You're staring at a blank email. You've typed, "Dear Sir" or "Madam," and then immediately deleted it because you sound like you're writing a Victorian complaint letter. So maybe you do what a lot of people do now. You ask ChatGPT, and it comes back with something like, "I wanted to touch base regarding the aforementioned matter and circle back on our synergies." And look, it's not wrong exactly. It just sounds like someone who learnt British English from an American business podcast. It's fluent, but it's not natural. It's like a cup of tea made in a microwave. Technically, it's tea, but it's just not right. And if you think emails are boring, many of the expressions I'll give you in this video can be used anywhere in the office. In meetings, in Slacks, speaking with colleagues, you'll be ready for anything. British workplace emails have their own entire language. And if you get it wrong, you either sound too stiff, too casual, or like you're accidentally being rude when you're trying to be polite. Today, we are sorting that out for good. I'm going to walk you through a full British email, from the opening greeting all the way to the sign-off, so that next time you sound like you've been writing these for years. Part 1, the greeting. Let's start at the very beginning, how you actually open the email. And yes, it matters more than you think. The most formal option is "Dear." For example, "Dear Tracy." This is your classic "I don't know this person at all" opener. It's perfectly correct and professional, but here's the thing. If you use "Dear" with someone you've already been emailing back and forth with for a few weeks, they'll notice. It creates this strange, slightly cold distance, almost like you've forgotten who they are. So, save "Dear" for first contact, formal letters, or anyone whose opinion of you really matters, like the CEO. One step down is "Hello." This is the sweet spot for most professional emails. Warm enough to feel human, formal enough to feel professional. If in doubt, "hello" is almost always the right call. The great thing about it is you can follow it with a name, like "Hello, John," or just leave it as "hello" if you are emailing a whole team or don't know the name of the person you're emailing. And then there's "Hi." This is my personal go-to once a rapport is established. It feels friendly, it feels real, and it doesn't make you sound like you're reciting from a grammar textbook. It's perfect for colleagues, clients you know well, or anyone who's already signed off their email with "Cheers." Now, my personal favorite of the whole lot, "Morning" or "Afternoon," followed by their name. This one has no hi, no hello, just the time of day. And somehow it works beautifully. It's warm and breezy, and it implies you're busy, but you still took a moment to be personable. It sounds instantly British, and I love it. Part 2, starting the email. Right, you've greeted them. Now what? You can't just launch straight into your request. That feels a bit abrupt and a bit transactional. You need a little warm-up line, And this is where Brits really shine. The safe, reliable classic is, "I hope all is well with you." It's standard, it's warm, you genuinely cannot go wrong with it. But my personal favourite, the one I actually use, is, "Hope you're having a lovely week." It feels like you mean it rather than something you typed on autopilot before getting to the real email. Now, this is where things get interesting because British email culture has a very particular relationship with apologies. And I think it deserves its own moment. If you've taken a few days to respond to something, you open with, "Apologies for the delay in getting back to you." I have written this line more times than I can count. We are all guilty of leaving an email sitting there, going a bit cold, and then smoothing it over with this phrase. And honestly, it works every time. But my favourite example of British politeness going completely over the top: huge apologies. That word huge suggests that something has gone terribly wrong. And yet we use this for the most minor things. A small typo, a slightly late reply, a tiny mix-up about meeting times. The drama of huge paired with the smallness of the actual problem is so perfectly British. And then there is "sorry to chase, but," which might be the most British phrase in this entire video. You need a reply, you are following up. And instead of just asking, you apologize for the act of following up on your own reasonable request. It's polite and it's gentle, and it's so deeply embedded in British workplace culture that I'm honestly surprised that it isn't taught in schools. Part 3, the body. Once you're past the opener, you're into the actual substance, scheduling, tasks, sorting things out. And again, British English has its own vocabulary for all of it. If you want to suggest a quick phone or video call, you don't ask for a meeting. You ask if they want to jump on a call. It's casual and efficient, and it signals you just need 5 minutes, not a whole production. Something more substantial, where you sit down and update each other properly, that's a catch-up. It's very common and very normal, and usually involves tea. When it comes to availability, if a Brit is speaking to a close colleague, they might ask, "Are you around?" or "Are you about?" Meaning, are you physically there or free to talk? It's brilliantly informal and it makes you sound like you belong. And then there's one I genuinely love: put a face to the name. Once you've been emailing someone for a while and you're finally going to meet, either online or in person, you should say something like, "It'll be great to put a face to the name." It's warm and friendly, and it acknowledges you've had a relationship through the screen for however long. For tasks, the key phrases are beautifully simple. Something that's done is all sorted. If you're taking ownership of something, you say, "Leave it with me." Those 4 words carry a surprising amount of reassurance. And if something got missed, you say, "It slipped the net." It's a graceful, forgiving way to acknowledge an oversight without making anyone feel terrible about it. Far better than nobody did it, isn't it? And when you're kicking something off, like starting a new project or getting a new process moving, you get the ball rolling. It implies momentum, action, forward motion. You'll hear this one constantly. Part 4, wrapping up. You're nearly there. The email is written, you just need to close it out. Let them know they can come back to you and leave things on a warm note. If you're being informal with a colleague or client you know, give me a shout or give me a buzz are both brilliant. They mean the same thing. Contact me, call me, message me, but they sound friendly and approachable rather than corporate. Feel free to reach out, does the same job with a slightly more professional polish. And if you add whatever way is easiest for you, it adds a lovely flexibility to it. It says you're easy to work with, no fuss. If you're still waiting for something to develop, you'd close with, I'll keep you posted, which is a promise to update them as things move forward. It's reassuring without being overcommittal. And if you want to signal clearly that you expect a reply, the classic, I look forward to hearing from you, does exactly that. Formal, polished, and still used absolutely everywhere. Part 5, the sign-off. The sign-off is the final impression you leave, so it's worth getting it right. The gold standard for almost any professional email is kind regards. Semi-formal, universally appropriate, reliable. If you're not sure what to use this. Many thanks is a warmer alternative. It implies gratitude, which always lands well without being too gushing. And best wishes, or just best, is slightly more personal again. Lovely for someone you have a bit of a relationship with. Then there's cheers. And look, cheers is wonderful, but it has to be earned. Drop it on a stranger and it might raise an eyebrow. But once you've got a rapport going, once you've exchanged a few emails and you both know the vibe, cheers is perfect. Friendly, casual, and about as British as it gets. So there you have it, a full British email from the first words to the last. And next time someone replies with huge apologies for the delay, you'll know they probably just left it 3 days. For more English tips delivered straight to your inbox, don't forget to subscribe to my free newsletter. The link is in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe as it really helps the channel. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.